Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Welcome to this battle of the booty. It's time to see which lady can put the ass in badass. Let's answer the question, who is Thiccer?
Well, I'll be upfront. I have never played any of the Nier games, nor have I ever played either of the Haydee games. So, if it starts to sound like I have no idea what I'm talking about, well, that's just par for the course around here. If you couldn't tell, this episode's theme is androids. No, not you. Maybe in a future video. You know, I imagine that when human-looking robots become a normalized thing in the world, you bet your ass a lot of them are going to look like anime waifus. And it'll be money well spent. Alright, but in all seriousness, I have a lot of ground to cover in this episode, so who's first?
Alert. Heavy damage and your top system estimated. Initiating short range control. Activating short-range attack gear.
Nier Automata, or wait, wasn't it Nier Automata? Nier a Tomato. Yeah, that was it. Nier Tomato is one of those games, you know, a game so jam-packed with ungodly amounts of lore, symbolism, monologues, and endless anime sci-fi nonsense that it requires hour-long videos on YouTube just for anyone to have any chance of understanding what the fuck is going on. So in other words, it's a Square Enix game, but so, you know, for reference, Nier Tomato is to Square Enix what Overwatch, 2016 Overwatch, mind you, was to Activision Blizzard. Games considered to be masterpieces, and a true showcase of what both companies were capable of delivering when at their best. And then everything after that was terrible. Or, well, to be fair, I have heard that Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139 3.14159265358675309 is pretty good. But yeah, no, Square Enix isn't doing so well these days, so let's focus on a time when they weren't making the dumbest decisions possible. So from what I can tell, this game is weird. Apparently, and this is purely my own interpretation of the game, mind you, you play as anime androids 2B and 9S fighting against not-so-anime regular robots, but also against other anime androids on what used to be Earth, but the humans all died and became salt or something. And then there are 26 endings, because of course there are, and yeah, I don't know. Was I wrong in anything I just said? Now, the game is amazing from what I've heard and seen, but come on now. We all know why this game became beloved and famous. Quick, 2B, do the thing. Hey! You know what one of my favorite tropes in media is? When the characters in-universe design like a robot or a creature or something to be like, oh, this is the greatest achievement in the history of mankind. And, you know, then they end up looking like this. That always gets a small laugh from me. I mean, yeah, of course, you know, when you're out fighting robots and saving the world, you're gonna need heels and a dress and a nice ass. Now, to be fair, 2B is a cool character. You might say, she's too damn cool! Now, she does go through that whole, oh, I'm a character with no emotions who only follows orders, but through the course of the game, I open up more until I realize that I actually do kind of care about stuff. Kind of arc. It's a little cliche in my opinion, but hey, there are two things that elevate this. One, you want to see 2B and 9S succeed, and you genuinely want to know more about the world and their blossoming friendship. And then there's an opera robot and two naked people, and also A2 exists, I guess, and that's when you realize that this is a great game. 2B has a cool design. And ass. Yeah, this is self-explanatory, but it's pretty easy to see why 2B became hugely popular in the gaming space and the cosplay community, even to this day, despite the fact that she hasn't appeared in any game since 2017.
Glory to mankind.
But yeah, this ass is legendary, especially with that swagger in her step. It quickly rose the ranks of famous video game asses, seemingly overnight. And don't get me started on the latter jokes. Now, 2B is overall a great character and in a great game. But is she the thickest android? Yeah, so, I need to get this out of the way first and foremost. Haydee is thick. There's no way around it. She may very well be the thickest video game character I've ever seen. Well, at least physically. And that's where you've been tricked, ladies and gentlemen. This show isn't just about physical size. If it was, I'd just go on the wiki and call it a day. Thickness, for me, isn't just about size alone. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The ass doesn't make the woman. The woman makes the ass. So then, what is Haydee's character? Well, she doesn't have one. Haydee is a very, I'll say, minimalist game. It's the type of game that just starts and good luck. I mean, it's not all bad, I suppose. Trapped in a giant facility with no answers and robots trying to kill you. Well, actually, that is pretty bad. But then you realize that you've been staring at this the entire time. So maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. But that's about it. Haydee doesn't say or react to anything. There's no dialogue at all. There's some lore, I guess, but lore doesn't always translate into good characters. I'm not saying Haydee is a bad character by any means, but I'm just saying she has no character, which is fine for a game like Haydee. But for this show, it's pretty much a nail in the coffin for me. So if it wasn't already obvious, 2B wins!
This is Sparta!
Well, I guess if there's any lesson to be learned from this episode, I dare say it's this. When robots take over the world, at least they'll be thick. Hey!